Welcome everyone to Janae's Gap Fest. I am Janae and thank you for joining the family. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to this channel to join Janae's Gap Fest. In today's video, I'm literally just going to be talking about my full moon ritual and what I do to prepare for my full moon ritual, how I perform my full moon ritual, and what I do after I finish my full moon ritual. So first, there's going to be a few ingredients that you're going to need to perform the ritual the way that Janae does. So I'm going to go over everything that I use in my full moon ritual. And first things first, on Sunday, February the 9th, our full moon starts at 2:33 a.m., which means that we have a new full moon coming up. When you guys get this video, it will be the full moon. All right, I'm going to be posting this like as the full moon is creeping into the sky. So I want everybody to be able to do a full moon ritual. Get these releases out of your system. Release everything that you need to for this full moon ritual. All right, so before I get started, I'm just going to let you guys know exactly what Janae uses to perform her full moon ritual. Now, everyone has their own routine and their own way of doing things. I'm just going to tell you what I use and how I perform my ritual. So, first things first, you need some paper, a pen, a fireproof container. You're going to need your smudge. For me, I use Palo Santo. So whatever you use to smudge, I'm going to take a stick out. So this is my, they smell so good. So Palo Santo, you're going to need 2 bowls. I just have 2 little red bowls right here. A lighter. All right. You're going to need a bottle of water. You're also going to need some salt. And then you'll need a candle. And last but not least, you need a clean mindset and your intentions that you want to release. Okay? So, how does all of this play into effect with your full moon ritual, Janae? So, Janae is starting her full moon ritual. What is the first thing that she's going to do? What I like to do first is take me a Palo stick or whatever you use to smudge. I choose to use my Palo stick to smudge for my full moon ritual. So all I do is take it. I'm going to light it for a video. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to light my Palo stick. And you're supposed to leave the fire burning for like 2 minutes. So that way it doesn't go out. But since I'm just doing this video, I'm just going to light it a little bit. And I'm going to let it burn. So I'm going to let it burn. Oh, I love these. These smell so amazing. I will link down below where I purchased these specific Palo Santo sticks from. So that you guys can purchase them. Oh my God. It smells so good. So what I like to do is I like to start by just smudging the area, smudging the room that I'm in. I go up into the ceilings, into the corners. I smudge every area. I smudge my body. I wrap them around my wrists. I go over my bracelets. The only bracelets that I wear now, I used to like be into wearing a sleeve full of these little Alex and Ani bracelets. Now I just wear the ones that are the most sentimental to me, as well as my I Am a Money Magnet bracelets. So I like to smudge my wrist, really get around my bracelets. Also go into this wrist, which I keep my regular just 7th chakra bracelets on. I smudge those as well. I smudge around my head. I smudge my feet, around my whole body. I just smudge the whole room, right? So that's my first part. My first part is smudging the area. Once we have the room smudged, I like to set up my room. So that's where my bowl, the salt, the fireproof container is going to come into effect. Another thing, sorry, you will need a compass for the portions that include these bowls, the salt, the water. So when I start my ritual, I like to sit on the floor because I have to place certain objects in certain directions. So for me, on the floor is the best place instead of being on a bed or on a couch, because I want everything to be aligned as they should be. So to start, when you take out your compass, you're going to find the north direction. All right. Our first bowl sits in the north, which would be the front of us, and that is going to be the bowl of our salt. Then you are going to take your fireproof container. Right now I just have my Palo Santos sitting in there, but you're going to take your fireproof container, whatever container you use, you're going to sit that to the east of you. All right, so that's going to be to the right of you. You're going to sit that to the right of you. That's where that position is going to remain during the course of your full moon ritual. All right, so we have salt bowl to the north, we have our fireproof container to the east. So next we go into the south, which will be behind you. You are going to sit your candle. I like to use a white candle when it comes to my rituals. I just like the sense and the feeling of a white candle. I use it to visualize my release and visualize those intentions being released from my body. So you're going to light your candle, whatever candle you're going to use, you're going to put that into the south. That's going to be behind you, okay? So candle goes to the south. Last, you can probably assume, is going to be our west. Our west is going to be where we put our water bowl. All right, we're going to put the bowl of water to the west of us. We have our candle right behind us in the south. All right, so in front of us, we have our salt bowl. To the right of us, we have our fireproof container. Behind us, we have our candle. And to the left of us, we have our water bowl. Now, so that is how my area is set up during the portion of my full moon ritual. Now, where these things come into effect while you're performing your ritual, we're going to get to that right now. So when we start our paper, I always have my paper with full moon in, and then the zodiac sign that our moon is in. This month our moon is in Leo. Start my paper with full moon in Leo, and then I always date it, which is going to be the date that I started, because I'm not going to start it until after 12. It's going to be February 9th, 2020. So that's it. We start a paper like that, and then we go right into our releases. Every statement starts with I release, and you're just going to write all of the things that you want to release during the course of this full moon. Everything that you want to release. Only write things that you want to release. If it's something that you've been working on, something that you've been thinking about, something that you've been practicing on releasing, write it down, but be prepared to release it. Be prepared to release it. All right, because this is where your candle is going to come into effect during the portion of reading over your ritual. Right? After you finish all of your I releases, you're going to end your full moon ritual with a clause. And I'm going to read that clause to you. I'll also insert that clause into this video so you guys can have a copy of that to write down if you want to use it for your ritual. You're going to end your full moon paper with, I demand that all bodies, programs, implants, thoughts, frequencies, vibrations, and patterns that are enabling and anchoring the energy I'm intending to release to leave me and my energy through all time, space, and dimension on every layer of my existence. You have no place here. I declare all these things to be so and in perfect alignment with my greatest and highest good. So it is. All right? So you're going to write that at the very end of your clause, okay? I'm going to write that when you're done. Even if I like to keep my full moon rituals to one paper. So you have a lot that you need to release this month. Maybe don't skip lines. You know, I don't like to go into 2 pages when I'm doing a full moon ritual. But hey, no one knows what you're going through this month. You may have things that you need to release. If you need to use 2 pieces of paper, go right ahead. So now, after you have wrote that clause, you're going to go back to your list. You're going to take every I release statement while looking. So you're going to be turned to the south while looking at your lit candle. You're going to visualize yourself releasing what is on your list. All right. So, prime example, I release unnecessary anger. All right. You're going to be looking at this candle. You're going to be visualizing, thinking about your life now that you have released unnecessary anger. You're going to be thinking about the person that you are now that you've released unnecessary anger. You're going to be thinking about how happy you are, how free you feel. All of those feelings, all of those thoughts, you want to visualize that anger, that unnecessary anger, that hatred, that jealousy. Whatever you want to release during your full moon ritual, you're going to visualize yourself releasing that while looking into this candle. And you're going to go into each and every one of those I release statements. Okay, so that's again why we say only write down what you are ready to release, okay? If you are not ready to release anger, don't write it down. It's okay. You may have something going on in your life and you feel that your anger is necessary. Go ahead. Your life is yours to live. Some people may need to release anger. Some people may need to release judgment, need to release hatred, need to release doubt, self-doubt, things like that. So whatever it is that you're going to be releasing during your full moon ritual, you just look at that candle, you visualize it leaving you, and you go through your whole list. When you're done going through your whole list and visualizing yourself releasing it, you're going to read your list one more time. Then you're going to take your paper, you're going to turn to your fireproof container, which will be sitting to your right, all right? And you are going to burn that paper, okay? We're going to burn it. We're going to burn our paper. Yes, I'll really burn this paper. It's perfectly fine because guess what? I have my fireproof container right here. So I'm just going to sit that in there. I know some people like to just watch things burn. So we're going to put that in there. Normally I kind of fold my paper up a little bit. Kind of put a little fold in it so it's not too big. So yeah, so it kind of looks like that. So let's say, for example, you light your paper and it didn't burn all the way. Take a look at what still remains and think about if that's something that you're really ready to release. It may be a sign that, hey, you may not be ready to release this judgment, this doubt, this anger in your life right now. Light the paper up again. Reset your intentions on positively releasing that, okay? So I'm going to burn this all the way, right? I have it folded up. And that's typically what I like to do. I like to fold it up. So we're going to burn this paper. Hopefully I don't set off my smoke alarm. Okay. I'm going to burn this paper. All right. Give you guys some burn action. All right. So while this paper is burning, you want to be visualizing, feeling yourself release from everything that you wrote down. I'm no longer angry. I am so much happier now that I don't hold on to unnecessary anger. I'm more at peace. I know my worth. I know how worthy I am because I'm no longer doubting myself. All of those things that you wrote down on that paper, that's what you're going to be thinking about as you're watching this smoke, as you're looking at everything. All right, you're looking at everything burning away. You have been released from everything that you have wrote down. Believe that it has been released from you. Believe that it is no longer attached to you. Okay, so perfect, 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 perfect. So here we are. Right here. I still have, now obviously I didn't write full sentences, but I still have a few I releases here, right? So you want to just look at what is still here and then visualize if that's something that you really are ready to release. So I'm just going to leave this little paper to the side because I'm going to go into what our next step is. After you do that, you let your pot cool down. All right, so I'm going to let this cool down for a few minutes. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take our salt. This is our salt bowl. We're going to take our salt and we're going to neutralize. You're taking the salt that's already in this bowl. Remember, our salt bowl is in front of us to the north. So now we're going to face to the north. We're going to take our fireproof container and dump those intentions into the salt, okay? You're going to dump those into the salt. Remember, it's salt in this bowl. You dumped your letter into the salt. It's going to turn that salt gray. So I'm just going to shake it up just a little bit. Here's another big piece of paper. I'm just going to take that out. Just want you guys to see. So you're going to take that salt and we see how dusty that looks? So we've now just neutralized any existing energies that may have been left behind by that fire. We've neutralized them with that salt. We're then going to turn. All right, so we're already at the north where we started at the south, visualizing all of those things leaving our body. We then turn to the east to burn that fire and release those attachments from us. All right, then we turn to the north and neutralized any existing spirits left behind that the fire was not able to burn away. Right, so from then we're going to turn to the east. We're going to take our water and we're going to dump it into our product, right? Remember, we turn to the east to grab our water bowl and we dump it into our product, right? So you want to just look at this because now it's done. Oh, what you're going to do is you're just going to take a moment, take a deep breath, and just be grateful that these things have now left you. They are no longer attached to you. You are no longer attached to them, and you are ready to move on. So with this bowl, you are going to dump it down the drain, flush it down the toilet, or pour it out outside away from your home. You can do any three things. I've literally done all three things. I've discarded of this water many ways. It just depends on the season. It depends on when the full moon comes into effect, because sometimes the full moon is during the daytime, sometimes it's at night. So it really just depends with the weather. If it's too cold outside, I won't go outside to dump it. I'll just pour it down the toilet. So you're going to pour it down the toilet, you're going to flush the toilet, then you're going to wash everything you use, because you don't want anything left over. You don't want anything still remaining behind that you have burnt away. All right, so once you're done with that, like to do after I'm finished with my full moon ritual, I like to raise my vibrations with music, or I'll just meditate for at least 15 minutes after I'm done with my full moon ritual, just to put myself in a gratitude state, to just put my mind at peace, at ease, and just prepare for my day coming ahead. I normally will leave my candle burning for a little while longer, typically until I get ready to fall asleep, and then I'll blow my candle out. I'll still be having my Palo Santo. As you notice that this has went out, and that's because I only kept it lit for a few seconds, but I normally keep this going for the rest of the night. All right, so the app that I use to keep me in line with the moon and get any guidance that I may need from the moon is Moon Calendar. I will insert the app here so you guys can download it and check it out. I absolutely love this app. And it lets you know when our full moon is, when our new moon is, and just the process that the moon goes through every month. So I really love that app. I've been using it for months now, and it is the greatest app on my phone. So I'm going to give you guys a quick video on how I perform my full moon ritual. And I also want to say, whenever I'm doing my rituals, I like to wear my protected hoodie. Now, really all the hoodie says, it just literally just says protected. It's by Jhené Aiko. I like to feel the protection of this hoodie. I feel very protected in this hoodie. And I like the meaning behind this hoodie. Again, this hoodie came out after she released the trigger protection mantra. And I feel protected. I am protected a lot during my rituals and things like that. Now, I will be dropping a video on my new moon ritual. That new moon ritual does not include as many steps and things like that, because the new moon ritual is more inviting. We're bringing things into our life, whereas with our full moon ritual, we're releasing. So we need to set the stage to release all of those spirits, energies, vibrations, frequencies, all of those things. We need to set the stage so they know they are not welcome here. You know, whereas with our new moon, we're going to be inviting some things into our life. We're still going to set the stage and make sure that our area is pure and ready to invite new things in, but it's just a little different. So that video will be coming around the time of the new moon, and our new moon is going to be around the 28th to the 29th. I believe when I last looked at my app, it said it was around that time. I know it's at the very end of the month. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you for joining my video. If you have any video topics for me, please leave them down below in the comment section, or you can email them to me at gabwithjanae@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at gabwithjanae. You can also join my Facebook group called Janae's Gab Fest. I have a like page and I have a Facebook group. My Facebook group is a private group. You do have to answer just 2 questions to join the group. That's all. It's very simple. And everyone is welcome. It is very motivational and positive. I post a lot of things just about daily encouragement, daily attractions, law of attractions, daily affirmations, and things like that. So if you are interested in joining my Facebook group, again, you can find it at Janae's Gab Fest on Facebook. And that is it for you guys. I want to thank you for joining me today, and hope to see you all on my next video. And I hope everyone has a great full moon ritual, whatever your ritual is. You don't have to follow my ritual. I just wanted to put my ritual out there because everyone does do a little something that's a little different during their full moon ritual. So I wanted to share mine with you. If you do end up doing your ritual the way I do, please leave a comment down below and tell me how you felt after you finished your ritual. You feel like it helped you, it should change versus the way you used to perform your rituals or not. So definitely leave that down below. Let's keep the conversation going. And again, thank you so much for watching my channel today. And you guys have a great night.